SR&BG and the benefits of completing John Wick Level 3 Gangstalking. Now, I can make this video short and say the benefit of completing John Wick Level 3 Gangstalking is you become a god in the simulation. You become like Neo. You become John Wick. John Wick and Neo was both played by Keanu Reeves. I wonder if they did that on purpose. But you become faster than the NPCs, faster than the low vibers. It's like you can predict their next moves because you know what program they're on. That's why Jesus knew that Judas was going to be trained, because he knew the programs. You become an NPC programmer. If you survive this level 3 John Wick Gangstalking, you can program NPCs. That's what I'm saying. You can become a pastor. You can become a leader, because NPCs, they need to be programmed. This is the name of the game, man. This is the stuff that Nature Boy knew. This is the stuff that the elite know, that the majority of the world is NPCs, and they need a leader. And that leader has to be an NPC programmer, man. And as time gets faster and faster and we go into the future, you're going to realize that. So let's talk about a couple of benefits, a couple of things that's going to happen. When you pass this John Wick Level 3 Gangstalking, you're going to get a spiritual understanding. In the Bible, it talks about wisdom, but also understanding. See, this understanding is very important. You see, when you graduate, I'm going to call it graduate. When you graduate from John Wick Level 3 Gangstalking, you become an observer. You hear what I'm saying? You already accept that nothing is yours. You have nothing to fight for. You hearing what I'm saying? I used to always say, why don't the monk, or why don't the Christ, or why don't these powerful people defend themselves? Why didn't Bruce Leroy just defend himself and all of that type of stuff? Why they just so humble a lot of time? Because it's nothing to fight for. This isn't even my flesh. We can ask Job that. Those wasn't Job's children. That wasn't Job material wealth, his property, even his skin, his body. It wasn't even his. He was full of boils. His friends, people wasn't nothing. Job had to realize this. See, you realize this when you go through John Wick Level 3. Because in order to graduate from John Wick Level 3, you have to accept this. So about time you graduated from it, you have such a spiritual understanding. Man, it's like a superpower. I understand why. No, truly, I truly understand why the police shoot the gangbanger. And I understand why the gangbanger gangbang. I can even break it down to why the Crip is the Crip and the blood is the blood. I understand why the killer is the killer and the dealer is the dealer. I even understand why the squiller is the squiller. I understand why he's scared. So I sit back, I become the observer with this spiritual understanding. It's powerful, man. I'm never getting into arguments. I understand why you want to argue. You want to be heard, so I'm going to be quiet. See, I understand. It allows you to maneuver through this matrix, like Morpheus was maneuvering through this matrix. You remember that scene when Morpheus was walking down the street with Neo? It was the woman in the red dress scene. You notice how Morpheus is just walking and people are getting out of his way, but Neo, he's getting bumped by everybody? That's how it is when you have that spiritual understanding. I don't get mad at the Mexican for not liking the black. I don't get mad at nothing because I understand it now. And when you pass the John Wick Gangstalking Level 3, you're going to have that spiritual understanding. It's something that you have to experience, something that you have to witness. I'm explaining it to the best of my ability. I understand the prostitute, right? I don't look at, I used to just look at a whore. Now I see the little girl up in there. I see the molesting. I see the hurt, the pain. I see the beauty that she could have been. You understand what I'm saying? I guess this is why Jesus was able to hang around people like Mary Magdalene and different thugs and tax collectors, because he understands. And once you understand, it's like a spiritual power, man. Let me get to another one. Tapping into different programs. We created Gangstalking to lead and herd the NPCs and program realities. We created this Gangstalking program to lead the NPCs and create realities, man. They tapped into it and they manipulating it. When we had the program, it was like a nice, juicy watermelon. When they got the program, it became watermelon Laffy Taffy, watermelon flavored Kool-Aid. It's watered down, it's fake, it's artificial. But when we had it, it brought life. Yes, man, I know it's still somebody out there like, what are you talking about? Programming the NPCs and all that. Man, NPCs have to be programmed. And we used to program NPCs. We used to program them to do good things. You hear what I'm saying? A lot of animals are NPCs. Now, an octopus is not an NPC. A dolphin is not an NPC. But a lot of animals, especially these hybrid and genetically modified animals, are NPCs. And it's people. And this is their home, man. And while they're on this earth, living in this damn simulation, man, they need to be programmed. They have to be programmed. Why you think they worship entertainers? They'll worship anybody, man. It's all in the Bible. They needed people to worship, man. You hear what I'm saying? An NPC will rather be a slave and get fed on the farm than to be an eagle. That's why they always wanted Moses to turn back and go into Egypt, go back into, working at Taco Bell.